Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 6 in our 20 from the Intellivsion series. This is another arcade to home port, and the arcade game was really awesome. It was a Pac-Man clone maze game, but it was really pretty good, and you were a thief trying to collect all the coins in a maze, and this is Lock and Chase. It was originally created by Data East in 1981 for the DECO Cassette System, and it also had a title license. And the Intellivsion port was released in 1982 by Mattel and Mike Winans, and also Julie Hoshizaki and Peggy DeCarli. But this was a really good port. There's not much you have to worry about control-wise. You use the disc to control your thief and avoid the pursuing cops, and use the side buttons to put up doors to deter the cops. And for the 1, 2, 3, and 4 buttons, you can choose your game speed from the title screen. And after you choose your game speed, then you select 1 or 2 players. And if you select 2 players, it's just alternating play after each lost life. But yeah, for the medium speed, you will press 1 at the title screen. And here's just a look at the medium speed. Yeah, there you can lock a cop and get points if you set up the doors just right. You can trap them for a little while. But now we will look at the slow speed, which is if you press keypad button number 2 at the title screen. And notice it's a good deal slower. I think this is the second slowest setting, though. There is a even slower setting than that, I believe. And the slowest is if you press number 3. Oh yeah, that's really slow. But the fastest is if you press 4 or the dial controller. But your goal in this game is to collect all the gold. We are going to play the, this is the fastest. Phew, very quick. We are going to play the medium setting for the regular game. But we'll go ahead and get started with that. But your goal is to collect all the coins in this maze. And each coin is worth 20 points. After you collect a certain amount of coins, then a prize will appear. There, I set up a door. You'll see a dollar sign. Collect the dollar sign, and that'll freeze the enemies for like a second or 2. And you'll be kind of stunned yourself in joy. You can sometimes get the cops trapped inside a door if you set it up just right with your timing. After a while, the doors will disappear on their own accord. But you can only set up 2 at a time. Now that treasure, the dollar sign, upon first pickup it is 500. If you pick it up again in that same maze, it'll be 1,000. Pick it up again in that same maze, it's 2,000, and pick it up a 4th time in that same maze, that's 4,000. And note that there will be additional prizes that appear just below where the dollar sign will appear. Also note, there are some doors that will automatically open and close. They are green doors. And they can close on you and keep you from moving forward for a couple seconds, and that'll allow the cops to catch up with you. The cops are no dummies in this game. They can backtrack at any time, And I don't think the cops could do that in the arcade game, so this is a bit challenging. The feel of this game, I think, is very similar to the arcade game. I really liked the original arcade game of Lock and Chase. Once you collect all the coins, there will be 2 exits that appear, one at the top and one at the bottom, and you can go out either one, and you'll need to complete the maze and move on to the next one. It gets a little too hard later on in the game, or at least for me, to continually collect those dollar signs over and over again. The cops seem to kind of hang out in that area and guard the dollar sign. Can I get it? Oh, damn it! The controls on this are not terribly responsive at times in this port. It's kind of annoying. You'll pass by the area where you wanted to turn. Oh crap. There will be different prizes on each level, and there is a total of 10 different ones. There's a hat, there's a crown, there's a briefcase, there's a phone, there's a clock, there's a camera, there's glasses, there's a lamp, there's a key, and there's a heart. And strangely enough, and this was present in the arcade as well, later prizes might be worth less. I don't know why that is, but it happened that way. Note that the warp exits on the left and right change. They will move up a little bit. See, for right now, there's 4. Actually, when the stage starts, one of those sets of warp exits gets walled off, and then the other one you can go through. You can go through those cops when they're dazed after you pick up that dollar sign. That's really annoying that the cops can backtrack. Ah, phew, I got it. Yeah, there, I went through that cop there. The names for the cops are Scaredy, Smarty, Silly, and Stiffy. I don't know if that's the same in this game. I know that's what it is in the arcade, and Stiffy is a terrible name for a cop. For anyone, jeez. Yeah, those... Whoa, my god. Those cops just seem to start guarding the dollar sign. Note that the cops can... Phew, that was close. Note that the cops can go through the warp edges, too. And you can think that you're safe on one edge, but you'll not notice a cop hanging around the warp edge on the other side. Ah, crap. It's really hard to set up the traps right. Note that there are white lines in the walls. Where they touch the edge of a wall, that is where, if you press the action button, that is where you will set a door if you pass by there. And at the top and bottom corners is where it's most ideal to set up doors if you want to trap the cops inside for points. If you trap 1 cop, it's 100 points. If you trap 2 cops, it's 300. If you trap 3 cops, it's 1,000. If you trap 4 cops, it's 2,000. And like I was saying, the value of the prizes will sometimes be less on the later stages. So we have a hat that's 200, then the crown that's 300, then the briefcase that's 500, And then with the phone on the 4th stage, it's 100. That's really stupid. See? What? That's how it was in the arcade, too. And then on stage 8, there will be a lamp, and that's only 400 points. So the phone and the lamp are anomalies in terms of point values. Yeah, it's harder in this game to trap the cops than it is in the arcade. I guess there was another version of this game for the Intellivsion. There was a 6K version, and then I think there was an 8K version. In the 8K version, hot damn it, well, it was only 100 points anyway. This time I'm gonna get the damn thing. And you heard that police whistle. That indicates I reached 20,000 points, and that gives you a free life. I tried to do the method to trap them, and yeah, it just doesn't want to work in this game very well. But it's much better working in the arcade. Now, you don't have to just try to completely trap the cops. You can also set up doors at any of those points where the white line touches the wall, and just keep them from following you, like right there. That's a good way to start a stage. Block them from coming up towards you there, and that'll allow you to get the first dollar figure. And that watch, or that clock, was 800. In the arcade game, when you die, you shrink down to nothingness. And they don't have that in this. I think that they implemented that into the 8K or whatever version of Lock and Chase for the Intellivsion. There were numerous ports of this game for other systems. I don't know if ColecoVision had one. Damn it! Again, note that the green doors will close on their own and open, and you can get caught or stuck behind one, allowing the cops to catch up with you. Sometimes you'll need to just kind of wiggle back and forth to fake out a cop and try to get him to follow you so that you can change the strategy of which direction you're going to go. Yeah, generally, if you pass right over them as they're at the bottom of a column, passageway, then they will follow you. They will go up or down through that little area to get to you, and you can wiggle just before that area just to get them to follow you. This was far and away my best game at Lock and Chase, I guess. Well, for the Intellivsion anyway. Ah, damn it! There we go. 1,000 points for that camera. I prefer the arcade, but this is definitely a very, very good port, even though the controls are bad. And there, I trapped a cop. Yeah, you only get 100 for trapping one cop, but it really does help, especially on the later levels. Yeah, that extra life at 20,000, that's the only extra life you're going to get in this game. Expert gamers at this will make use of getting the dollar sign every time. and that really is lucrative, because, like I was saying, I was lucky that red cop went down. Yeah, you can get that. Damn it! You can get 4,000 for getting that $sign on the last time. So keep collecting it if you can. And again, wiggle back. Crap. Wiggle back and forth with the controller to fake cops out. Make them follow you a certain way. Yeah, that's a good way to start a level, is to block them. Block the bottom right 2 cops with a door, and then you can collect enough coins to be able to allow you to get that first $sign. You are not timed, so if you need to take a long time to find a different strategy on where to go, do it. Don't be in a hurry to get to the exit or whatever, and don't risk your neck for that $sign if it's really not safe to go for it. Yeah, the original Lock and Chase, the arcade original, was for the DECO Cassette System, and that was a Daddy East Company arcade cabinet in which games ran on a little tiny cassette. A number of really classic games were, were DECO Cassette System games, like Bump and Jump, Lock and Chase, and Burger Time. There were some really obscure games that were actually pretty cool for the DECO Cassette System, but I would have to say most of the games were not particularly good. Yeah, these cops can be hard to shake. Shoo! They are a little smarter than you might think. But again, if you can get a hold of the is it 6K version of Intellivsion Lock and Chase, play that, because it fixes some of the bad controls, and you have a more arcade-like death. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I've never done this well. I guess from what I read in the manual, maybe it already happened and I didn't notice. You can, on some rare occasions, you can actually go through a cop. Like in Pac-Man, sometimes there's a little bug where you can go through an enemy. Not supposed to happen, but sometimes it does. You butthole. Red cop is guarding that $sign so I can't collect it. Yeah, that lamp is only 400. It's kind of stupid. But there will also be a key that is 3,000 and then a heart. Game over. And the heart is worth 5,000, and from that point on, the prize will be a heart. That is Lock and Chase for the Intellivsion. And there's the key up there. And note that there's a colored dot on the right side, and there's the heart. And the color of the dot indicates the speed level that you chose. Well, that was Lock and Chase by Mattel and Mike Winans, Julie Hoshizaki, and Peggy DeCarli. Game number 6 in our 20 from the Intellivsion series. I hope to see you soon with game number 5. Take it easy, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.